Hello and a very good evening to all. My name is Vishal Yadav and we are back on Female Cricket Live. और आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं the first T20 which was played between India and Australia, of course. For some reasons today Julie won't be available for the chat, so I got the opportunity to host it. With me, I have got two special guests. Like always, we have Sonia Dabir ma'am, former India cricketer and a coach now, and we have Sharda Sridharan, who's also a domestic cricket player.
Thank you.
थैंक यू सोनिया मैम, आपके पीछे चीयर काफी ज्यादा हो रहा है, ऑल्दो मैच जो है वो तो इंडिया को जीतने नहीं मिला, बट आई कैन डेफिनेटली सी द क्राउड इज
Yeah.
सुपर एक्साइटेड एट योर एंड. माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू सोनिया मैम, इंडिया वैसे पूरा मैच कंप्लीट नहीं हो पाया, बट जितना भी हमने मैच खेला 15 ओवर्स, 131 फॉर 4 at the run rate of 8.54, 8.5 के रन रेट से हम खेल रहे थे. Your first thoughts on Team India's performance in the first T20?
Actually, it was extremely good to see. बहुत ही fearless cricket खेल रही थी अपनी टीम. Sorry. Right from the start, whether that Valmik is bowling with 115, 120, it hardly mattered to our batters. So बहुत अच्छा लगा कि जो start expected थी शेफाली और स्मृति से तो exactly वही start मिली. और उसके उन दोनों के आउट हो जाने के बाद जिस तरीके से जेमिमा रॉड्रिक्स ने अपना कमबैक किया है और जिस तरीके से वो बैटिंग की है, pure cricketing shots and amazing partnership with Yastika and to certain extent Harman, and extremely happy क्योंकि यही fearless cricket हम लोगों ने खेलनी start की है अभी, and I'm sure they will continue doing that. Definitely I'm sure they'll continue doing that. और बहुत अच्छा लगा कि even if they were making in a way it was like कि they made Meg Lanning think where to place the fielders. So it was really good to see those attacking strokes by all our batters.
Very well said, ma'am. I'll definitely come to that point where Meg Lanning used 8 of their bowlers out of 11. And but before that, uske pehle, India definitely got off to a brisk start. They scored 31 runs in just 3.1 overs. What are your comments on this epic partnership? Something that we always expect, Sharda. What are your thoughts on the partnership that we had from Smriti and Shefali?
I think it was a very good start. It made the Australian bowlers think, and even we could see a tensed Meg Lanning. We don't see that very often. So yes, and even the commentators mentioned the fact that within the 5 overs, this is the highest score that any team has put up in T20 cricket against Australia. So definitely the pressure was on, and we were off to a very good start. I would say going at 10 runs per over with the likes of Tyler Blamik and Sophie Molyneux, okay, so who has been very successful in the ODIs and tests. So it was very good to see this kind of aggression and going for runs right from the first ball and playing some aggressive and positive cricket. But it would have been even better if the openers had carried on till the eighth or at least till the 10th over, so that there is some momentum, because the way these two were striking the ball, it seemed that if they had played another 5 overs, India could have easily been around 90 for no loss, at least 85 or above 80 after the 10 overs mark. But just scoring, what they could have done better is that once in an over in the first 4 balls you get 10 runs, or even in some cases they got 12 runs, and just tap those balls into the gaps for a single, or just try to keep calm and play that over out, because you've already got 12 runs in that over. So that thing we could emphasize a bit more on. And even Shefali Verma, yes, she scores those boundaries, but a strike rotation, she had consumed 8 dot balls today. So if that could also be just playing with soft hands and being ready for that quick single, that would do a lot better for India. Of course, I'm not saying that this is bad, but this can even be better with the openers, playing even more sensible cricket, so that we put Australia on the back foot right at the start.
So India did get off to a flying start, like you rightly mentioned, Sharda. We were almost 50 runs in just 5 overs, thanks to Shafali Verma and Smriti Mandhana, of course. बट बात करें अगर शेफाली वर्मा की, सोनिया मैम, मेरा क्वेश्चन आपसे है। 18 रन स्कोर किया शेफाली ने, और सारे 18 रन सिर्फ और सिर्फ सिक्सेस में। 3 6, 18 रन in 14 balls. But she looked a bit uncomfortable in taking those ones and twos and rotating the strike. What are your thoughts on that, and how can she ensure कि next match onwards वो strike rotation को भी थोड़ा balance किया जा सके?
मुझे लगता है कि जो उसके शॉट्स है वो जरूर उसको खेलने चाहिए, लेकिन आज जो हमने देखा कि शी वॉज गोइंग अवे फ्रॉम द बॉल एंड प्लेइंग इन इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट, अगर वो बॉल के लाइन में आके खेले तो बहुत से ऐसे शॉट्स है कि वो खेल सकती थी विद द सेम जो बॉल उन्होंने मिस किए, वो सेम बॉल अगर वो बॉल के जस्ट लाइन में आके खेलती थी तो वो सारे शॉट्स उसको मिल जाते थे। एंड half the answer is given by Sharda that there should be soft and singles definitely, because अगर शेफाली ये सॉफ्ट एंड सिंगल्स का और स्ट्राइक रोटेट कर सकती हैं विच शी डेफिनेटली कैन डू, तो ये जो हमारा स्कोर है दैट एक्सीलरेशन विल डेफिनेटली कंटिन्यू फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, एंड इट विल बी मोर इजियर फॉर द कमिंग बैट्समैन टू जस्ट गो एंड हैव अ फ्री हैंड। और आज जो हमने शेफाली के सिक्सेस देखे, वो जो तीनों सिक्सेस थे डेफिनेटली इफ यू सी तो वो सारे एक फर्स्ट सिक्स छोड़ के जो गार्डनर को उन्होंने मारे तो वो सारे बॉल के बिहाइंड आके उसने खेले। प्रॉपर क्रिकेटिंग शॉट्स अगर वो खेलती है, जैसे कि बॉल के क्लोज टू प्लेइंग क्लोज टू हर बॉडी बिहाइंड द लाइन ऑफ द बॉल, तो डेफिनेटली शी विल बी मोर इफेक्टिव। दैट्स व्हाट आई फील। यस, उसको जो ऑस्ट्रेलियन बॉलर्स है उनका रिदम ब्रेक करना, थोड़ा अलग कुछ करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन उस चक्कर में शायद वो बीच बीच में शी वाज नॉट वाचिंग द बॉल टिल द एंड, बिकॉज ऑफ विच शी मिस्ड आउट ऑन हिटिंग दोस फाइन लेग शॉट्स। सो ये जैसे हम कहते हैं कि स्टिक टू योर बेसिक्स, so just थोड़ा और अगर वो थोड़ा just take it easy, because she has all the shots in the book, she can just change the game within 1 over। तो अगर आप थोड़ा वो एक ओवर में, जैसे कि शारदा ने राइटली बताया कि एक ओवर में आपको छक्का एक मिलता है या एक चौका मिलता है, तो आप अगर अगले 3 बॉल में भी सिंगल्स रहते हो तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली 7 रन मिल जाते हैं। And if she is Shefali Verma is a player who can get 2 sixes in an over, so just stay calm, hold the nerves. I felt very good when Smriti Mandana in between just came and talked to her when Valnik was bowling. So this is what was required for her, because उसके बाद जो सिक्सर उसने मारा वो बिल्कुल बॉल के पीछे जाके मारा था। So this is what is required from Shefali Verma. She has that power, she can hit whenever she wants actually, मगर उसने थोड़ा क्रिकेटिंग शॉट्स खेल के भी मार सकती है। ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज नॉट एग्जैक्टली द गेम व्हाट शी प्लेज, बट थोड़ा थोड़ा माइंड को काम रख के अगर वो देखती है बॉल को एंड तक, और तो डेफिनेटली शी विल बी एबल टू स्कोर मोर एंड शी विल बी एबल टू कंट्रोल हर शॉट्स एज वेल विद स्ट्राइक रोटेशन इन फॉर्म ऑफ सॉफ्ट एंड सिंगल्स, पुशिंग द बॉल इन द गैप्स। ये बीच में वो कर सकती है, ऐसा नहीं कि वो कर नहीं सकती, बिकॉज आज उसका जो गेम लग रहा था, she was more trying to disturb Australian batters than scoring her runs. So that is, they are going to bowl her short and into the body for her. आप अगर बॉल के लाइन में आओ, पीछे आओ, तो she will definitely, I'm sure she will be a much better short player than what she played today.
So, Sonia ma'am, you talked about playing cricketing shots, and I want to bring in Jemimah Rodrigues here because, despite India losing those 2 quick wickets, she came back and she stood there very strong, scored an unbeaten 49 before the unfortunate rain stopped our play. How crucial was that knock from Jemimah, given that it was first of this particular series? Sharda, I would love to have your views on this.
Think it was, brilliant. She seemed right to start off from where she exactly left off in the 100 competition. She the best thing about her innings was, her being positive and the running between the wickets. In such a small ground where the boundaries are just 65 meters or 70 meters max. Getting those twos are very quite difficult, especially with Australia's good fielding. Australia being the good fielding unit, so she was able to convert those ones into twos on 2 occasions, and she was very busy at the crease, rotating the strike, and playing her shots as well. She nailed those cut shots, which is usually her strength, and those lofted shots. As soon as Hannah Darlington came into the attack, knowing that it is Hannah Darlington's first game and she's a debutant as well, So Jemimah just right away put pressure on Hannah Darlington. That worked wonders for India, and she never shied away from playing her shots, and she just kept talking to her partner Yastika Bhatia also. And the best thing was, the momentum didn't break at any point. When Harman got out, we were scoring close to 9 runs per over, and after one over, I think one over, we had a lull about 2 to 3 runs per over. After that, it was a consistent. We maintained a consistent run rate of 7 to 8 per over, and beyond the point, we were able to get those boundaries as well. So definitely, credit goes to Jemimah Rodrigues for that. She seemed like batting on a completely different wicket and a completely different space. So definitely, I would say that her uh, addition to the team today has definitely paid off big time.
It was indeed a great knock by Jemimah Rodrigues, making a comeback in the T20 side. Uh, सोनिया मैम, मैंने क्विक ऑब्जर्वेशन किया था, जेमिमा खुद तो रन स्कोर कर रही थी, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड शी वाज आल्सो चीयरिंग यस्तिका भाटिया और उसके बाद से रिचा घोष भी, क्योंकि काफी शॉट्स उनसे मिस हो रहे थे, एंड टाइम एंड अगेन शी यूज्ड टू जस्ट गो आउट देयर एंड फिस्ट पंप हो रहा था वहां पे, एक दूसरे को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे थे, और एक एक प्रॉपर क्रिकेटिंग शॉट उसने खुद तो खेला ही है, बट शी इंश्योर्ड की जो सामने वाला जो टीममेट है उनका भी मोरल डाउन ना हो. व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन दिस, सोनिया मैम?
Jemimah, I think, is a seasoned campaigner now. Even though I guess she's 19 or 20, if at all I'm right, but she's been there for a long time, and she is aware कि आपको अगर सामने वाला का इतना comfortable नहीं हो रहा है to start off with, तो she knows what to be told and what to tell, or at what point of time we should talk to the partner. जो कि जैसे हमने पहले देखा कि ऋचा घोष थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल हो रही थी टू स्टार्ट ऑफ, एजेस लग के बाउंड्रीज जा रहे थे, लेकिन T20 ऐसा गेम है कि ये बाउंड्रीज रियली हेल्प करते हैं स्कोरिंग रन्स में. सो आई गेस दैट वाज द थिंग विच जेमिमा मस्ट हैव टोल्ड ऋचा घोष टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट. एंड डेफिनेटली यास्तिका को जो जिस तरीके से जेमिमा ने काम किया, बिकॉज डेफिनेटली उसका जो LBW का अपील था यास्तिका का, it was pretty close. After that I'm sure there must have been some words from Australians, but उसके बाद जिस तरीके से यास्टिका ने अपने शॉट्स खेले या इंटेंट दिखाया रन्स करने का या रन्स बनाने का, तो डेफिनेटली जेमिमा मस्ट हैव प्लेड अ पार्ट इन दैट, बिकॉज इस इतना क्लोज अपील के बाद थोड़ा नर्वसनेस ऑन योर डेब्यू मैच डेफिनेटली होता है. So knowing that the way Jemimah started playing, I'm sure she has helped Yastika at very very much Richa Ghosh as well in playing those cameos in the with whatever 16-15 runs they both played. And definitely there was Harmanpreet Kaur as well. She looked very comfortable today after the injury break whatever she had to take, unfortunate break. And that was Harmanpreet's wicket was a typical, I guess, left arm spinner's wicket. But definitely the way Harman started, she looked very much comfortable and in that zone of scoring runs. I'm waiting for Harman to score more runs actually.
Not just you, Sonia ma'am. In fact, the whole of India was praying and hoping for a knock from the skipper, the T20 skipper Harmanpreet Kaur, and she did play a good knock. It was a very brief stay at the crease. She scored 3 boundaries, and Sharda, what's your comment on Harmanpreet Kaur's play, which was again very short, very crisp, but she did look quite confident and positive in a game today.
Absolutely. See, coming in after a break and facing Tyler Lamik right away, who's just firing at that 118, 120 mark, and the pitch is also quite conducive to the pacers. And just going on the back foot and nailing that pull shot, it's definitely not easy at all. And the Indian pacers, when compared to the Australians, are a bit slow. So our pacers generally the average speed is around the 110 mark, and being out of cricket for a long time, she wouldn't have faced other than throwdowns deliveries of that pace. So just to get into that rhythm, it will take time, but seeing her playing that shot, it just reminded me of the 171 Harmanpreet Kaur against Australia. She had scored in that semi-final in 2017. So she just got into rhythm right away and feel. And I also felt that she also started moving around the crease, which is something that she does when she's really confident and when she actually gets to see the ball really well. So we saw that we saw her doing that quite early as well. That flick shot, just doing a bit of shuffle, and that flick shot, timing was superb, and the sweep shot also. The way Harmanpreet times the ball, there are very few batters, who can time the ball in such a way that Harmanpreet can do. But it was unfortunate that she really got out, because had she been there, around the 15th over mark, being she would have even guided young Jemimah Rodrigues. It would have been the perfect partnership with a senior and a junior. So they could have India could have plundered a lot of runs as well. But Harmanpreet Kaur, she has got out to Sophie Eccleston. The arm ball coming in today was a similar dismissal as well. And again, in the next two games, probably definitely the coaches would have suggested, but she could try and play out Sophie Eccleston. Sophie Molyneux, the Sophie
Molyneux.
confusion. Oh, yeah, Molyneux. So she could just, have an open stance and try to play Molyneux straight down the ground instead of just, trying to flick her or close the bat early on. So just play her out. And I think definitely things are looking very, very bright for India with the way Harman played today.
So, in a nutshell, if it's a Sophie, Harmanpreet Kaur should watch out for that over, be it Eccleston or be it Molyneux, right? All right.
100%.
So we talked about Jemimah Rodrigues, we talked about Harmanpreet Kaur, but there were some good performances from the middle order in general. Richa Ghosh, Yastika Bhartika, they both chipped in with some runs. सोनिया मैम, आपके थॉट्स मुझको जानने हैं कि मिडल ऑर्डर आज जब पहले 3 क्विक विकेट्स गिर गए, उसके बाद ऐसा लग रहा था कि वापस हम शायद कोलैप्स कर जाएंगे, बट जेमिमा रॉड्रिग्स, शी स्टूड देयर एट one end, and on the other hand, the batters kept on coming and going. What's your say? What's your take on the middle orders that we have today? And uh, would you want to see any changes going forward in the second T20?
I don't think there is any need to change the playing 11. Definitely not. Because today, the way Jemimah played, I'm sure she's going to continue because she's in superb form. As rightly said by Sharda, ki 100 ke aane ke baad, she's just continued doing what she was doing there. And one thing I felt very nice to see, because the way Jemima was hitting the bowlers, at the same time she was taking those singles and doubles, and it was very nicely supported by Astika and Richa Ghosh. I mean, those soft and singles was definitely a good thing to see, because they rightly judged कि आपके ऑस्ट्रेलियन जो फील्डर्स थे वो 30 यार्ड सर्कल पे थे, और definitely with both of them pushing each other, Yastika and Jemima and even Richa Ghosh, they kept the runs coming. The flow of runs was just coming in. Even if they didn't have boundaries, they made sure that those ones and twos were coming. So I don't think there is any need to change the middle order batters. Definitely not.
So Indian middle orders were actually impressive, so to say. But Sharda, I would want you to throw some light on Australia and especially the captain Meg Lanning's strategy, because she used 8 bowlers today in those 15 overs. Was there too much of rotation, and why was that in the first place?
Uh, I was surprised to see Sophie Molyneux, taking the new ball when Ashley Gardner has a good record against Priti Mandana. So we saw, a left-arm spinner is always, a happy place for a left-hand batter. So you can hit in the mid-wicket region with the turn. But I thought Ashley Gardner could have come in the first over itself. But after Sophie Molyneux was expensive, moving for 14 odd runs, the next change was Ashley Gardner immediately, and it paid off big time. So, and the other thing I felt was, Georgia Wareham coming in really late. She just got an opportunity to bowl in the 12th over only, and she struck immediately. I thought, right after the power play, it was too much of, just pacers. So it could have been, leg spinner and a pacer. And yes, absolutely, there was too much of rotation. And Elise Perry, to everyone's surprise, she just bowled 1 over and had conceded only 3 runs. And was surprised to see her being, cut off. At least I thought she could have bowled a over or another 2. And Nicola Carey was expensive. And the thing about these two is Nicola Carey and Hannah Darlington. They are similar kind of bowlers. They don't have that express pace, and they bowl around that 105 and 110, and they have these gentle off cutters and leg cutters. The thing which Nicola Carey did was she provided a lot of width today, which Jemimah was able to capitalize on it big time. So yes, to your question, I thought it was too much. Having six bowlers will be ideal in case you can go to the seventh bowler in case of any injury or any assault from the other team. But nine bowlers definitely was a bit too much, because in the first over not everyone can get into their rhythm, so you need to give that slightly long haul to your bowlers, especially in this shorter format. So nine bowlers definitely, I agree with you, was a bit of surprise for me, because Australia always have a settled combination.
So we did see those 8 bowlers coming into bowl in the first T20 today. But इसके अलावा we have got Megan Shute and Jess Jonathan, who is not part of this series. So ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास bowlers की बिल्कुल भी कमी नहीं है. My question next to is Sonia ma'am. So India scored 131 at the loss of 4 wickets in 15.2 overs, and they could have scored easily 175, 180, by the end of 20 overs. According to you, what could be the par score at this venue?
Oh, to start off, definitely 150 plus for sure, because the way Australia bats, definitely 150 plus is a must. Of course, we have our bowlers, but as rightly mentioned by Sharda previously, that the boundaries are just 60-65 meters. So definitely to what to stop Australia batters or just to help our bowlers, we need that cushion of 150 plus score definitely in T20s, because it is ऐसा नहीं है कि आप 150 कर नहीं पा रहे हो. It's like in the women's matches 150 score is a very consistent thing happening. So मुझे लगता है कि 150 plus score तो होना ही चाहिए even at this venue, and definitely other places as well, because we have that kind of batters now, that fearless cricket is seen in women's cricket. So 150 plus, it will be good for women's cricket as well, to be precise. So 150 plus should be the ideal score. After that you can keep on scoring.
All right. So as per Sonia ma'am, 150 is looks to be a par total, but India आज शायद 180 भी क्रॉस कर देती जिस तरीके से जेमिमा बैटिंग कर रही थी. So we're talking a lot about the Indian batters, but credit also needs to be given to Ashley Gardner. हमने वो मिस कर दिया उनके बारे में बात करना, because she was brought into attack and she took those 2 openers in the very first over that she was bowling. स्मृति मंदाना के साथ तो उनका पहले से ही एक 36 का आंकड़ा चल रहा है, क्योंकि वो बहुत बार आउट हो चुकी है अगेंस्ट एशली गार्डनर. शारदा, आई वांट योर थॉट्स ऑन एशली गार्डनर एज एन ऑलराउंडर, नॉट जस्ट अ बैटर, बिकॉज जब वो इनिशियली ऑस्ट्रेलियन स्क्वाड में आई थी तो शी वाज ऑलवेज लुक्ड एट एज अ हार्ड हिटिंग बैटर, but now she has cemented her place as a very strong all-rounder in the squad. What's your thought on Ash Gardner?
Definitely she's going from strength to strength to strength. That we can say for sure. The best thing about her bowling was, she keeps it really simple, and right away, when she got an opportunity to bowl to Smriti Mandana, she right away came around the wicket. That's a really good thing, because you can just even if there is no turn, you can just try and take the ball away. And Smriti is slightly susceptible, trying to go over the cover region, and it actually fell in place for Ashley Gardner. And this is not the first time she has dismissed Smriti Mandan, I think 5 times, excluding this in international cricket
I think it's
as well.
7 to 8 times. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, 7 to 8 times. So that's something she has done really well by keeping it very simple. And the other thing she did really well was, vary her pace. And she just if you see Shefali Verma's dismissal, the first ball was a looped one, which Shefali was able to just hit it for a six, and the second one was a bit flatter. So the variation in pace, definitely accounts for a lot, and it was pouched in the deep mid wicket region as well. And I think in the last recent few months, she has also developed this one that goes straight on. We saw that, in the test match also, the one which turns and the one which, just goes straight on and just bet the bat. And she's also pitching the ball in the right areas, which is, definitely a very good sign for Australia, because Australia are missing Jess Jonathan and Megan Shoot as well, two of their prime bowlers, and Ashley Gardner being an off spinner, and being a very very aggressive batter also. Definitely all round abilities. No team can say no to a very good, and a utility all rounder.
Absolutely, Ash Gardner is the gem of a cricketer, and she has got like so many years ahead of her. Given that she is very young and is still playing all the roles, she's playing an all-rounder role in the Australian squad. My next question, Sonia ma'am, first T20 done and dusted, 7-5, 7 points to Australia, 5 points to इंडिया और अभी बच गए हैं बस 4 पॉइंट्स एंड दिस कैन बी अगेन या तो ये दोनों चारों पॉइंट्स इंडिया के पास आएंगे या इसमें से दो दो करके हो सकता है तो वो जो क्वेश्चन था कि ये जो ट्रॉफी है क्या वो शेयर हो सकती है शायद अब वो इक्वेशन नहीं रहा either India is going to draw the series or Australia is going to win it from here.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for the second T20?
Looking at the way today India were, the way they were playing, they have a very good chance of winning the rest of the two T20s because जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि unfortunately we couldn't have that full game today, but if this same kind of starts they're going to get, they are definitely going to reach 175 180, and that will be very good thing when our bowlers will come and bowl because we have good bowling lineup as well. One thing I would definitely like to see is inclusion of Radha Yadav because I was a bit surprised Rajeshwari playing in the ahead of Radha Yadav because Radha Yadav is a player who can bat as well. Definitely, both of them are left arm spinners. Both of them are really good bowlers. But I felt that Radha Yadav has that advantage of the batting, the way she bats, and definitely it is, it is, I won't say that it is not possible, but it is definitely possible for India to win those two matches the way they have come back from one day series, test match, and now the T20. The way they started, it is definitely that they are, very much close to getting those 4 points.
डेफिनेटली और ये जो पूरी जो सीरीज है ये इनफैक्ट और एक्साइटिंग और इंटरेस्टिंग हो गई है द सेकेंड T20 इज गोइंग टू बी प्लेड ऑन 9th of October. But before that, my question, my second last question to Sharda is, any changes Sharda in the playing 11 that you want to see? Sneh Rana पे काफी डिबेट चल रहा था कि after the stellar show at the test and then ODIs, why was she not included in the T20s? Would you like to see any changes going forward?
Not at all. As rightly said by Sonia ma'am, the team is doing really well. And now, why change or disturb a winning combination unless it's a very, very forced one? So maybe we can, after the second T20, maybe we can see a Radha Yadav coming in for Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Apart from that, as of now, I do not see any change in the playing 11 for India.
Vishal, I would just like to add up for Shada. I would definitely like to see Meghna Singh as well. So I don't know somehow how she'll be fitting into the playing 11, but definitely because if these are going to be the day-night matches, and the way that ball was swinging today, I would definitely like to see Meghna Singh coming into the 11 because really was bowling really well in the one days. The day night one day which they played, she's bowled well. She has those outswing, in swing both, and she did pretty well in the one days as well as the test match.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think we are done with the conversation. There's again so much to talk about the Indian side and the Australian side. But due to the shortage of time, let's quickly take two questions from our fans. One, let's go ahead with this question. Lakshmi Kanya Murli says, watching our girls' hard work ruined by rain hurts. Uh, we feel you, Lakshmi Kanya Murli. What mental preparation a player has to undergo if it happens often? It seems now we, the fans, have to get that mental strength. Sharda, your thoughts on this?
No, definitely. It's really, painful to watch this. We expected a result in the test match itself. And to see two consecutive matches, even though different formats, get washed out and not seeing a result, especially when our girls are doing really well, that really hurts me as a cricket fan and a follower of the game. So yes, as a player, we'll be looking to focus on what went right for Team India and just take the positives out of this game, and just try and implement the same in the next game. That's what the players and even the support staff will be talking about today.
All right. Let's quickly take the next question. Next question is from Suri S. How do you assess the way Sneha Rana is being handled by Mithali Raja and Harmanpreet Kaur? She bowls well, has shots all around, and is a way better fielder than Dipti Sharma, yet is left out of critical matches. We did talk about this, but Sonia ma'am, आपके क्या thoughts हैं about Sneha Rana not being given a chance?
दीप्ति का एक एडवांटेज जैसे हम लोगों ने पहले भी बोला है कि शी इज अ लेफ्ट हैंडर एंड टुडे व्हेन वी वर वाचिंग द T20 it was really getting difficult for the bowlers to when a lefty righty combination is there. That's the advantage, and definitely when you see both Deepti and Sneha Rana bowl, I guess Dipti has that bit of more turn than Sneha Rana, which definitely might get that edge on her coming into the 11. I completely agree that Sneha Rana is a better fielder than Dipti Sharma for sure. But she is being the very regular member of the T20 squad. She has the experience of even accelerating and bowling that new ball as well. Though Sneha Rana can do the same job pretty good, but that experience thing and the lefty batting just gets a bit of edge for Dipti Sharma, I guess. And definitely, it must be very difficult for even Harmanpreet Kaur to keep Sneha Rana out of the playing 11, because you cannot have two to three off spinners when you want the left arm spinner combination in the team as well. So that's the only thing, I guess, because of which Sneha Rana might miss out on the playing 11.
I hope that answers your question, Suri. My final question to both of you before we wind up this entire conversation. ऑन द टूर हम टॉस की अगर बात करें तो इंडिया ने कोई भी टॉस नहीं जीता है इस पूरे टूर पे. इन केस इफ दैट हैपेंस, इन केस अगर हम ये टॉस जीत जाए इन द सेकंड T20, शारदा, do you still want to take up batting first, or you want to go ahead with the bowling?
India might look to chase because for the simple fact that there might be a lot of dew under the lights, and the ball might come on better also under the lights. The batting wicket we saw, it is pretty flat, and yes, India can is will look to chase rather than bat first.
All right, and your thoughts, Sonia ma'am? अगर हम टॉस जीतते हैं तो पहले क्या करना चाहिए?
Definitely, I guess जितना हरमन को जानती हूँ तो she likes to chase. When she has the scoreboard target in front of her, she likes to chase. And rightly said by Sharda that ये due factor है, उसको देखते हुए चेस करना ज़्यादा पसंद करेंगी हरमनप्रीत कौर, क्योंकि उन्होंने देखा होगा द वे थिंग्स वेंट व्हेन वी इन द वनडेज व्हेन वी वर bowling in the second innings. So I'm sure they will be planning to chase for sure if you win the toss. I think they will be practicing more of the toss, even with Mithali and Harman both losing the toss in every game.
ऑल राइट, डेफिनेटली एक अलग से एक सेशन होना चाहिए बैटिंग फील्डिंग के अलावा कि हम टॉस कैसे जीतें. बट अगेन दैट्स अ सजेशन. बट द गुड न्यूज़ इज दैट कि जब वीकेंड्स पे मैचेस होंगे तब कोई रेन्स ऐसा एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं है, एंड वी कैन होपफुली वॉच द एंटायर मैच, both the second and the third T20. The second T20 is going to be held on 9th of October, which is day after tomorrow, and we'll be back again on Female Cricket Live, previewing and also summarizing the T20 matches. For now, thank you so much, Sonia ma'am and Sharda, for joining us in this conversation. And for all the fans,
Thank
thank you
you.
for all the support and for your questions. We'll see you again in the second during the second T20s. Thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.